Things are bad like it. Oh, that's other stuff. Yeah. What do you say? Aviram, tell about Aviram. I gave her Aviram. Just tell her. When you be there? When you be there? You wear where you're booked. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They must come visit us then. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, because there is an Ayurvedic doctor in Mayapur wants to talk to you. I said, no, before we give you your number and we give you his number, we have to ask you permission first because he wants to know exactly what's wrong with you. So from there he can tell you what to do. He's worried about you.
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम दंडवत अच्छा there's a question is coming वंदे हम श्री गुरु श्रीयुत पद कमलम श्री गुरुन् वैष्णवांश श्री रूपम सागर जातम सगुण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकयः चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नाम श्रेष्ठं मनमपि शचिपुत्रम् अत्र स्वरूपं तस्याग्रजमुरुपरिं माधुरीं गोष्ठवाटिं राधाकुण्डं गिरिवरमहो राधिका माधवाशां प्राप्तो यस्य प्रथितकृपया श्रीगुरुं तं नतोऽस्मि Namaste Gurudevaya Sarvasiddhi Pradayine Sarvamangalarupaya Sarvananda Vidayine Yam Prabrajantamanupeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakatarajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Vinedustam Sarvabhutarudhem Manimanatosmi. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances to lotus feet of Asmati Gurupad Padmanitila Prishti Jagat Guru Shishimat Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, then also offer obeisances to lotus feet of Triandi Sannyasi Shishimat Bhaktivedanta Dandi Maharaj, Namnishta Santa Shri Aniruddhas Prabhuji, all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, all who are gathered here, please accept my humble obeisances. So now, tomorrow is Vaikuntha Ekadashi, also called Putrada Ekadashi, and so now question is coming from devotees that Pure Bhakti says 2nd January 2023 is not suitable for fasting for Hong Kong. Ekadashi is on 3rd January 2023. Question, what is the meaning of not suitable? Question 2, what is the corrected Ekadashi date for Hong Kong? 2nd January or 3rd January, Pure Bhakti Hong Kong area. 2nd January is saying that Pure Bhakti is telling not suitable for fasting. 3rd January is telling that Dvadashi Pakshavardhani Mahadvashi fasting for Putrada Ekadashi should be observed, and on the same day Jagdish Pandit's appearance day should also be observed. Now this is actually a good question, no doubt about it, because purebhakti.com is an authorized website. I would not challenge it unless I ask Sripad Dandi Maharaj. So I'll get back to you, because it was created, it was a desire of Guru Varga and Srila Gurudev especially to create this website. So we'll take the opinion, expert opinion. But as far as be India we are concerned, we are going to have fasting on tomorrow only. Tomorrow only we're going to have fast, and worst comes to worst, you may have to just do a 2-day fast by taking prasadam. By taking fruit prasadam, like Sripad Dandi Maharaj says, you can do that. That's also okay. But anyway, I'll get back to you after consulting Sripad Dandi Maharaj. Still time is there. And so today I'll call Maharaj. All right. Hare Krishna. Dandavats. So, Bhagavad Gita. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanya Shastra Vistarai Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmat Vinisruta. So we are now discussing the Gita, which is the essence of all scriptures. And Yaha Sarvatrana Visnehas Tattat Prapya Shubha Shubham Navinandati Nadveshti Tasya Pragya Pratishtita. Yaha means one who, Sarvatra everywhere, Anabhisneha without affection. Means you have to be without affection everywhere. Now this doesn't refer to devotees of Krishna. We should be very affectionate to the devotees of Krishna. We should have love and affection for the spiritual master. But talking about material world, don't be very attached to the material world. A lot of times people become attached to their son, they became, and then they have problem. Or to be attached to a mother. Like I will give the example of Rishabh Pant. He's a great cricketer, and he was rushing to see his mother. From Delhi, he was driving very high speed and he fell asleep and he had a severe accident. He broke his leg. Car caught fire and somehow someone helped him rescue. He was badly injured. So not even affection for material mother and father so much. Don't be attached too much to them. Be attached to Krishna. Understand? Yes, you have to be grateful to them. You have to treat them with love and affection, but don't be excessively attached to anything in this world. except Gurudev and Krishna. Because everything in this material world is actually temporary. Your mother is temporary, father is also temporary. So if you put too much our heart in them, then one day we will be feeling separation from them. So tat that. So word tat has been used. That prapya achieving. Shubha prapya means achieving. Prapya punyakotam lokam nishitva shashasam. This word prapya is used many times in Bhagavad Gita. Shubha means good, auspicious, and Ashubha means evil. Auspicious and inauspicious. There's another translation for Shubha and Ashubha is auspicious, inauspicious, good and evil. Na, never. Avinandanti. Now you can see the language, the similarity between the English and Sanskrit. Na and never. Both begin from na. In Marathi also they say nahi, and Bengali they say na. Like this. Avinandanti, praises. Na never dreshti, envies. Tasya hi, pragya, perfect knowledge. Pratishtha, fixed. He who is without attachment. Attachment actually is very strongly binding, especially beautiful wife, beautiful husband. Mm, These are a big binding. I was reading one particular Subhashit. Subhashit means like one type of shloka, general wisdom in Sanskrit. And it says that girl, what does she look in a boy? She looks for a beautiful, attractive boy. Understand? A girl, she will always look for attractive, handsome man. Understand? This is the nature of a girl. As far as the mother is concerned, then she will look for wealth. That if my bridegroom, my son-in-law should be rich. And then the father apparently will look for some other quality, pedigree or aristocracy. So like this. And the relatives will also look for aristocracy. Is he from the same lineage as us? And but the other common people, they are only looking for sweets. So they get married, will get sweets. So everyone has a different attachment. Girl is attached to the beautiful form of the man, and man is attached to the beauty of the girl. Either way. So these are all fetters. These are all attachment. So this attachment sometimes becomes very intense, and when this attachment is towards someone else's wife or someone else's husband or boyfriend, girlfriend, then it becomes cause of big problems. This is actually a big problem in India these days with the extramarital affairs, wife killing the husband, husband killing the wife. This is commonplace now. They are not satisfied with just one partner. No, they want different partners. And then what happens? Eventually, either they end up killing either one of them or both of them, they commit suicide. So I have seen many examples like that. Even a mother of three children ran away with some other boy. In my childhood also, I didn't understand what is going on. I was too small to understand. But we used to get the news like that. Oh, that married woman who had so many sons ran away with some other man. This is all attachment. So in this world, we should not be attached to any man, any woman. We should be attached only to Guru and Krishna. It is very clear. So he who is without attachment, who does not rejoice when he obtains good. Now this is also true about the exam. Sometimes in exam we get very good marks, and sometimes we just bitterly fail. How does it matter? We should not rejoice if we get two good marks, and we fail also. We should not lament. Not lament when you obtain civil. Sometimes we have a big profit in our business, and sometimes we have a big loss. Many farmers in India, we see that they are so perplexed if they lose one crop or it is too much rain or no rain, and they cannot succeed in getting the crops. Then many farmers are committing suicide by drinking poison, or hanging themselves. This is actually the pitiable condition of India. The whole government is also very worried about it. But there are schemes from the side of government to stop suicide, farmer suicide. But they take the extreme step. If they one or two failed harvest and they just commit suicide. This is not recommended. We should try to boldly face the situations. Whatever condition Krishna has put us in, we should try to boldly face it. And we should know that this is my due to my own karma. Tattenu kampa. I have done something evil, so someone is doing evil to me. So let me not react. Otherwise, these things will complicate further. So such a person who doesn't rejoice and doesn't lament when he obtains good or evil is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. This perfect knowledge. There is always some upheaval in the material world which may be good or evil. Like I have seen in our Sangha also, there was one devotee in New Zealand, and he was very rich once upon a time. In Delhi also one devotee was there. And both cases I have seen that they were very rich once upon a time, but their business failed. Their business failed, and then they lost a lot of money, so they were not financially strong as before. So this is the nature of the material world. In America also I have seen people losing like $2 million on stock market. This happens. But when someone is rich, we should be affectionate to him, a devotee. And even if he loses all the wealth, still we should be affectionate to that devotee. Because we should know that this wealth is just coming and going because of past karma. And it has nothing to do with the body, the spirit soul. So we should not disturb. If we lose money or someone else lose money, we should think it is day as usual. Understand? Because money is lost, nothing is lost. But if time is lost, something is lost. Health is lost, something is lost. Character is lost, everything is lost. If bhakti is lost, everything is lost. Understand? So, that's why we don't criticize Vaishnavas, we don't complain, and also we don't look down upon a Vaishnava just because he is not dressed like a Vaishnava. Sometimes it may happen that some devotee has not put tilak and maybe in karmi dress. We should respect. We should respect that person. Even if some Krishna's devotee comes in, karmi dress, trousers and shirt, no tilak, not even kanti mala. But if he has faith in Krishna, he chants Krishna's name, we should respect that person. Krishna Tyasya Girim Tam Manasadriyat. Maybe in future he will put on kanti mala and take diksha. He may become a good devotee. Who knows? We should always give respect to all living entities. Jive Samman Dibe Jani Krishna Dishta. Give respect to all the living entities, knowing that they are part and parcel of Krishna. What to speak of those who are chanting Krishna now, whether initiated or not initiated, we should respect them. As long as one is in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil because of this world is full of duality. This material world is full of duality. Like you see that the fortunes of many companies, like for example, Apple computers. Once it went down because of the onslaught of Microsoft. But then again it picked up. iPhones, iPads, and their MacBooks and everything, and they picked up. They again are very good standing. So this goes up and this goes down like this. I have seen in software company, hardware companies, good days come, then again bad days come, then again good days may again come like this. But one who is fixed in Krishna consciousness is not affected by good and evil because he is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good, absolute. So you see that Sudama Vipra, the friend of Krishna in Sandipani Muni's Gurukul, he was very poor once upon a time. But Krishna's mercy, he became very rich. But even after getting wealth, he didn't become too much concerned about wealth. He always worried about Krishna, thinking of Krishna. He never enjoyed the wealth Krishna had bestowed upon him. He remained the same Sudama when he was poor. Because he was only worried about Krishna. He always used to remember Krishna, my friend, who's very kind to me, very affectionate to me. And all those 16,108 palaces and all those beautiful maid servants and his beautiful wife didn't really matter to him. Only thing mattered to him was Krishna. Uh, So Krishna is all good. Whether he keeps us poor, he is still good. He gives us wealth, he is still good. Krishna is all good. He does everything. He sees what condition we are in, and he gives us wealth as per that. Such consciousness in Krishna situates one in a perfect transcendent position called technical samadhi, technically samadhi. Like I have seen in the life of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev also, Sripad Dandi Maharaj also, that they always, Sripad Anirudh Prabhuji also, that they all maintain equanimity. They have wealth comes to them, or they are not having wealth, they are same. Their love and affection for Krishna is always increasing. Uh, like Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was same exalted devotee when he was selling back to Godhead magazine from tea shop to tea shop, hotel to hotel, shop to shop, and sometimes being gored by a cow, sometimes falling unconscious in the intense heat of the Delhi in summer season. Srila Gurudev also working very hard, sometimes having ill health, preaching all the time, giving Harikatha, doing Kirtan 3 times a day, and very simple prasadam. There was hardly any, uh, opulent prasadam in Keshavji Gaudiya Math, but Srila Gurudev was still the same. And later on, when money started coming, donations started coming in, and he built big temples, but he was still the same. He never changed. He regarded everyone equally, rich and poor. He saw them as part and parcel of Krishna. He kept on preaching till end. Sripad Dandi Maharaj also, before he was, I seen him in America living in a small house, rented house, and he was still the same, always editing books, studying scriptures. And now he has a very big ashram, and still he is the same. So they don't change, because they see everything in Krishna, Krishna's mercy. Wealth has come, Krishna's mercy. There was no wealth, that is also Krishna's mercy. So Srila Gurudev has seen him um, preaching on a small scale. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj small scale, Sripad Reddy Maharaj preaching on a small scale when they had no money. But when they got wealth, they were preaching on a larger scale. So either way, they think that wealth has come from Krishna, it should be used in Krishna's service. Sripad Dandi Maharaj never changed. 2 cows or 300 cows. Now he had no disciple to so many disciples, still the same. His only concern is propagation of Srila Gurudev's message, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati's message, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message, translating, editing books. So this is what is Krishna consciousness all about. It's about practicing with equanimity. So these are very, very important verses. No doubt we should mark these verses in our heart, never forget them. Ya sarvatra, so verse 57, Ya sarvatra navineshe avisnehas tat prapya subha shubham navinandanti nadveshti tasya pragya pratisthita. Yeah, he who, this is Srila Gurudev's translation, Vishwanath Thakur's commentary. Yeah, he who sarvatra in all situations, even for one's children and friends, anabhisneha, without excessive attachment. Now, we'll certainly have attachment for one's children and friends. But there is actually, um, is quite tragic. It's quite tragic. Srila Gurudev was also explaining that one's child, we are very attached to one's child. Very, very attached. And our friends also. But sometimes you have to see their death also. Like Srila Gurudev was telling in his Harikatha that in Ramchandra's time, no child would die before the father. Means father would never have to experience the death of his child, father or mother, because very tragic. It's very, it's actually very, very tragic for mother and father to experience the death of their own child. Uh, I have seen actually when I was in America, there is actually Mr. Hinduja. Hinduja is actually uh, very big, rich businessman. And they had one son in their family by the name Dharam Hinduja. So this Dharam Hinduja actually was actually very handsome person, and at a very young age, uh, at a very young age, he left the world. Very young age. He died in London hospital. Apparently, he was in love with one Western girl, someone, and he left the world. So you see that he was such a rich person. He was born with golden spoon in mouth, but Dharam Hinduja left. You can see actually that Dharam Hinduja. So you see that how much tragic experience they would have had, the Hinduja family. They are super rich, actually, very super rich, but billionaires. But their son died. So we should not be attached to one's children and friend. It's very, very tragic. But we should not become mad also. If someone child goes, it's painful, I know, but we should not be attached to them also in the first place. Anavisnya, without excessive attachment. Attachment should be there, but here Gurudev is telling excessive attachment. Don't be excessively attached. Understand? Gurudev also used to say that I love my disciples, I pray for them, I am eternal well-wisher of them, but I am not attached to my disciples. He used to say. I guide them. I am their well-wisher, but I am not attached to them. Hmm. Gurudev used to say like this. So prapya, achieving, shubha, favorable, ashubham, unfavorable. Na vinandati, he does not rejoice. Na nor dveshti, hate. Tasya, his pragya, intelligence, pratishtita, is well fixed. One who is always devoid of mundane affection, and who neither rejoices in prosperity nor despairs in adversity, is known to be a person of fixed intelligence. One should always be devoid of mundane affection. Now, there is spiritual affection and mundane affection. Mundane affection is about regarding one's wife and son to be dear to oneself. But if you regard your wife as a Krishna Dasi, maid servant of Krishna, and you regard your son as Krishna Das, then it is not mundane affection. But now you are seeing them in proper perspective. You are seeing them as um, a family, as devotees of Krishna. Then that affection turns transcendental. Hmm. We should see everyone in that light, devotional service, and who neither rejoice in prosperity nor despairs in adversity. A lot of people, they actually become mad when they get lottery. That's why generally they don't disclose the news of lottery to a recipient, because he may die or may heart attack due to excessive joy. Excessive joy also kills. Like someone tells me that I won like 100 million California lottery, and then you know what will happen? My heart may just stop. So what is the use of all that wealth if I died? So we should not rejoice in prosperity, and you should not despair in adversity also. Adversity is also coming due to our past karma. So why despair? We should not lament. Such a person is of fixed intelligence. Here the word Aramis means free from all affection arising from material designations. What is the material designation? Oh, he is my father, he is my son, he is my wife, she is my wife, he is my husband. These are all material designations. Such persons certainly feel some affection because of compassion, but their affection is free from material designation. They do not welcome pleasing situation. such as being honored or offered palatable food, nor do they glorify those from whom they receive them by saying you are a highly religious personality who has been rendering service to great saintly persons, Paramahamsas. May you be happy. So you see that Sarvatra Anavisneha, free from all affection arising from material relations. Tukaram was such a great devotee. He has written actually, Tukaram's son died. Tukaram used to say, Bapa mela na kalata, navti sansarachi chinta, विठो तुझे माझे राज्य, काय जना सवे काज. Once famine came in the village of Tukaram Maharaj, and then his first wife died in the famine. Hmm. His father died, his mother died, not normal death. They were calling bread, bread, bread. Give us one bread, one loaf of bread. This one chapati, please. And he saw right before his eyes that his family is dying, his mother is dying, his father is dying, his sons are dying, his wife is dying. He couldn't help it. Hmm. Then finally he was left with nobody. Everyone died in the famine. So Tukaram had lent goods because he had a grocery shop. His father had a grocery shop. They had lent a lot of grocery items, grains, and other things to the subjects of that village. But when he saw that there is famine, he forgave. He tore all the notebooks of accounts. So he forgave all that debt because he said they are suffering, they are dying. Why should I extract again wealth from them? He said, Krishna is money came from Krishna, it will and it belongs to Krishna. I should not try to extract money from my creditors. Uh, and they simply just tore all the accounts and he forgave them. Such was great devotee Tukaram. He was not at all attached to the family life. So that's why he saw Krishna everywhere. He saw Vitthal everywhere. So Yomam Pashit Sarvam Pashit Tasyam na Pashyapi Nasya. A devotee should be like Tukaram, completely detached from the material world, always chanting Harinam. Always chanting Harinam. He used to say that even if you become hungry for 10 days, don't give up chanting the holy name. Once his son became sick, and he never worried about his son's health. His wife threatened Vittal, please cure my son, otherwise I'll break your leg. But Vittal cured the son, but Tukaram said, why give trouble to Vittal? Vittal, you should not trouble him for these things. If his son dies, how does it matter? Vittal is giving us the son, and this son is gone due to his desire. We should not bother Vittal for these small things. Let the son go. Such was Tukaram's complete freedom from affection, from mundane designations. So sometimes people will glorify us. You are a highly religious personality who has been rendering service to great saintly persons, Paramahamsas. May you be happy. So some people like this. There's one sannyasi. He was wearing khadao. You know khadao? Khadao means actually the wooden sandals. These are the sadhus. They wear this. So these wooden sandals generally the sadhus are wearing. I tried wearing it, but you might slip. This actually I find it very difficult because you see these 2 points between your big toe and the finger, and then it really crushes you. It's very painful to work with this, especially if you are some health issues. That point hurt like anything. But Srila Gurudev and Srila Vaman Gosai Maharaj, they used to walk with this khadao. They're wooden sandals. Now these look little bit nifty. Here they have put some rubber band, rubber cover like this. But nevertheless, they are the shoes. So these are fancy ones. These are wooden sandals. Preman Prabhuji wears this. So the Gurudev also used to wear them for many, many years, wooden sandals. So, anyways, one sannyasi was wearing this wooden sandals, and someone called him, "All right, you are very renounced." But then that person, another person saw that he was having a rubber underneath the soles, rubber, because just wood, you might slip from the floor. So he put rubber underneath. Then some people started criticizing that why you are putting rubber underneath the wooden sandal, means you are not renounced. So you see, sometimes they might glorify you, and sometimes they might just criticize you. These are skates, wooden skates. Wow, they might be quite dangerous. Anyways, it seems that these are different shapes of wooden sandals. But wood is a long-lasting substance, no doubt about it. There is very little wear and tear, so they may last long time compared to the. So what I'm saying is that sometimes they may say that you are a highly religious personality who has been rendering service to great saintly persons. May be happy. Conversely, when they are faced with an unpleasant situation, such as being dishonored or beaten, they do not feel any aversion, nor do they curse their adversary, saying, "You sinful person, may go to hell." Like Gopishwar Babaji Maharaj and Haridas Thakur. Now, Haridas Thakur is a perfect example. Now, Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 marketplace. And was he cursing his tormentors? You go to hell eternally and never and never. He was only praying to Krishna, please forgive them. They don't know what they are doing, like Jesus Christ. So you see that Haridas Thakur, this actually is a picture. You see that these Muslims, they are actually beating him on in 22 marketplaces. Haridas Thakur is in Kopin. He didn't initiate anyone really, whole life. He was disciple of Advaita Acharya. And they told him, why don't you chant the name of Allah? You are born in Muslim family. And Haridas Thakur said that I am given my head and everything to Krishna. I will not be able to chant the name of Allah. So they beat him in 22 marketplaces. Nothing happened to him. He still kept on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And finally, they were also tired of beating him with hunter. And he was simply kept on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Muslims were finally tired. And they told him that if you don't die or something happens to you, then Kasi will punish us. Please die. Then he acted as if he's dead. And they took his body and offered it to the Ganges. Again, he got up. He went across the Ganges and kept on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. But you see how these strong persons are mercilessly beating Haridas Thakur. And other Muslims are simply clapping. It's very tragic. But what happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally gave Samadhi to Haridas Thakur. He did bhajan in um, Jagannath Puri. He went to Jagannath Puri after Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Sitting underneath Siddha Bakul tree, kept on chanting Mahamantra. So he was presented before the Chantasi, before the Kazi, not Chantasi, but some other Kazi. And Kazi asked him, "You are born in Muslim family, why don't you chant the name of Allah?" And Haridas Thakur simply said that if Allah and Krishna are not different, why you have problem if I chant the name of Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They beat him. But he never gave up his bhakti for Krishna or chanting of the holy name. Prostitute also came to Haridas Thakur. She pleaded him, enjoy with me. But 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, he said tomorrow. And finally, she realized that he is very renounced. She offered all the ornaments and fell down at her feet. fell down at his feet. He said, I had these ornaments. He said, you give this to the Brahmanas. Donate this to the Brahmanas. And you wear only simple white sari, shave your head. And this bhajan kuti of mine is now yours. You sit here, there's a Tulsi in the courtyard. You can see here Tulsi. And you can simply worship Tulsi. Don't worry about how you will fill your belly. Krishna will send you. And that Vaishnava, that Vaishya, that prostitute, she became a great devotee of Krishna. She began to chant 2 lakh holy names. Haridas Thakur loved that bhajan kuti. He said, I knew the design of Ramchandra Khan. Ramchandra Khan was trying to make me fall down. I wanted to, if I would have enjoyed you, then next I would have. But I came to know of his evil design. But I wanted to rectify you. I wanted to improve your lifestyle. I wanted to bestow bhakti on you. That's why I pretended for 3 days that I will enjoy tomorrow like this. I kept on giving a date. Tomorrow I will enjoy, tomorrow I will enjoy. From tomorrow like this. But my only aim and object was that the holy name of Krishna should enter your ears and it should enter your heart and you become perfect devotee, Tulsi Devi. Cut your lifestyle. So this lifestyle would take you to hell. But now you follow my steps. Chant Hare Krishna mantra. Then go to Kunda or even go to Vrindavan. So you see that prostitute also became a great Vaishnavi. So people always censured Haridas Thakur, tried to cause him harm. But Krishna always protected him. Because he was an unalloyed devotee. The devotee's life, so many such because Thakur given more that time not wait. Intelligence is completely fixed situation in this affection is of types. Number relation with the body and in relation with Bhagwan. Affection in relation with the body can be seen in ordinary persons who identify themselves with their bodies. Now, this affection with relation to the body can be seen in ordinary persons, even in the animals. Today morning, I saw a cow and a calf drinking the milk. She was a black cow. And I was crossing the road, but she was charging at me because she was afraid that I may harm her calf. Because cows, they have so much affection for a calf. And cows are very dangerous if a calf is nearby. Same is true with the female dogs when their puppies are around. And you just don't want to go near the female dogs when their puppies are around because they are paranoid that someone might steal their puppies. So this is all affection relationship with the body. Even in animal kingdom, this affection in relationship with the body is seen. But those who are of fixed intelligence are free from identification with their bodies and are therefore reward of that type of affection because they are the well-wishers of all living entities. They are endowed with the second type of affection, which is in relationship to Sri Bhagavan. Now also we are dancing. So many boys and so many girls, they are dancing in discos. Like Srila Swami Maharaj used to say, like when I used to go to America, I used to go to First Avenue, Second Avenue, Manhattan, downtown, and so many places in San Diego, Los Angeles, and also New York, Brooklyn, Queens, all the boroughs of New York. New Year, talk about it. 31st night or Friday night. Oh, that is actually, everyone is drunk. Everyone is drunk. So there was so much sense gratification going on. Uh, and they're dancing in the clubs. Boys and girls are dancing. But Srila Sai Maharaj says that we are also dancing in Krishna consciousness. But that dance is different. There also brothers and sisters are dancing. That's the mood. And there the mood of sense gratification is there. But in those discos, you see they have to pay money. But in Hare Krishna temple, you go, Gaudiya Math, you come. No money is charged. Anyone can dance in kirtan. So our feasting, dancing, singing, that is what is our goal. Hmm. So only enjoyment. Krishna consciousness is all happiness. Because it is the reflection of Vaikuntha. So you see that in temple every day there is a festival. Everything is a festival. Even a Vaishnava appears, is a festival. Vaishnava disappears, that is also called festival. Ah. Nityotsavam tatra vir dushibir prabhanto naryo narasya murita kupita. Yasyananam magala kurundala charu karna rajat kapura subhagam suvilasa. Nityotsavam tatra vir dushibir prabhanto naryo narasya murita kupita. And the gopis, they saw Krishna's face. They saw her face was so charming, they thought we should have more eyes. Why God has given so many eyelids? Why Brahma is causing us to blink our eyelids? We cannot even see beautiful face of Krishna. So Krishna's face is an everyday festival. In Krishna conscious movement, deity, seeing the deity. But our attachment to deity is affection. If the deity is dressed very nicely, the singer is able to sing very melodious kirtan, then we are interested in that kirtan. Otherwise, we don't want to attend a kirtan. Harikatha also. If someone is speaking very spicy things, then only want to hear. But someone is giving plain tattva, they don't want to listen. So, this type of affection is continuously flowing within their hearts. But it rarely manifests externally. It may be seen in some special circumstances, but an ordinary person cannot detect it. So this verse now 58. Yada marate chaya angani sata indriyani indriyatin tasya prajna prishtha yada when and I am distantly person kurma tortoise angani limbs you as sarvasha completely indriyani senses indriyartebhya from the sense objects tasya his pragya his intelligence pratisthita well fixed. When a person can completely withdraw his senses from their respective sense objects at will, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, then is said to be of fixed intelligence. So basically, eyes want to see beautiful form, but if you can turn your head away when you see a beautiful lady or beautiful man, then your senses are in control. Like Srila Gurudev was telling that when you are young, that is fine. But when you become 16, then you should not sit on the same seat or don't talk solitary place to your mother, to your daughter, to your sister. Matra swastra dvitra chana viviktasana bhavet. Balavan indriya gramo vidvamsu vapi karshati. Even if you are very intelligent, your senses have no guarantee. So that's why once you grow up beyond the age of 16, be very careful with you, even with your mother, sister and daughter. Because senses are very, very powerful. So with this verse, beginning with Yada, Shri Bhagavan responds to Arjuna's question. Kim asita? How does he sit? Indriyartebhya means that just a person can withdraw its senses such as the sense of hearing from their sense objects, in this case sound, Similarly, he who is Sthita Pragya is able to withdraw his subordinate senses from external sense objects and fix them within his undisturbed mind. The example of a tortoise is given to illustrate this point. Just as the tortoise can withdraw his eyes, face, and so forth inside his shell at will. Similarly, a person whose intelligence is fixed can withdraw his senses from the sense objects. So basically, sense objects are always there. We should try to detach ourselves from them. So here, यदा सम्मरते चायम कुर्मो अंगानि व सर्वशः इंद्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता यदा when सम्मरते whites also I am he kurmaha tortoise angani limbs eva like sarvasha altogether indriyani senses indriyarthebhya from the sense objects thus is pragya consciousness pratishtita fixed. One is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects as a tortoise draws his limbs within the shell, is to be understood as truly situated in knowledge. A test of a yogi, devotee, or self realized soul is that he is able to control the senses according to his plan. Most people, however, are servants of the senses and are thus directed by the dictation of the senses. That is the answer to question as to how the yogi is situated. The senses are compared to vinama serpents. They want to act very loosely and without restriction. The yogi or the devotee must be very strong to control the serpents like a snake charmer. He never allows them to act independently. There are many injunctions in the revealed scriptures. Some of them are do's, don'ts, and some of them are ados. Unless one is able to follow the do's and don'ts, restricting oneself from sense enjoyment, it is not possible to be firmly fixed in Krishna consciousness. The best example set herein is the tortoise. The tortoise can at any moment wind up his senses and exhibit them again at any time for particular purposes. So whether the senses of the Krishna conscious persons are used only for some particular purpose in the service of the Lord and are withdrawn of the world. Keeping the senses always in the service of the Lord is the example set by the analogy of the tortoise who keeps the senses within. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here today. So I will talk to Maharaj about Ekadashi date for Hong Kong and get back to you. Hare Krishna. Vanchakal Patru Vaishya Kripa Sindhu Vaja Pradhanam Pavadebhyo. Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. If anyone has any comments or questions, please ask. Hare Krishna. Hare
Hey,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for
Ah,
that.
Dana.
Happy New Year, Maharaj.
Happy New Year to you, all of you, Ganga Didi and all, everyone, your family. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This is very, yeah, in Tirupati, I was awake yesterday noon time and midnight time, and loud firecrackers were going on. And then I heard the lecture of Srila Gurudev also about New Year. Srila Gurudev said that our New Year is actually Chaitra month. Chaitra month. Chaitra, Jeshta, Ashad, Shravan, Bhadrapada. Chaitra month is our new year, but anyway, most of the world is following this new year. So Gurudev said, I wish you happy new year. I called Sripad Dandi Maharaj also yesterday night. He said, oh, happy new year, Maharaj. And then I said, wow, this is nice. Maharaj was wishing me. I wished him also. So anyways, this year, 2013, is I hope it will bring prosperity, happiness, joy, everyone's life. And tomorrow is Vaikuntha Ekadashi. Right. This is Vaikuntha Ekadashi. So that's very good. Right, right. But there's always some confusion. I also got phone calls from India, and devotees asking me, Maharaj, is Ekadashi today or is it tomorrow? Then I told them that we are fasting on second. I called Maharaj also. Maharaj checked the Madhva Sampradaya calendar, and then he said, yes, it is actually on second only. Some people were thought it is on third, but he told on second only. So, these questions always come. Sometimes there is very big confusion as to when we have to follow the Ekadashi. Right, right. But anyways, we refer to different calendars. I refer to Chaitanya Gaudiya calendar. हमारा दंडवत अच्छा ये हांगकांग के भक्त पूछ रहे हैं कि एकादशी कब है ये उनका प्योर भक्ति में उनके लिए 3 तारीख बोला एकादशी सर्वेशम सर्वेशम महाद्वादशी हाँ उनके लिए पक्षवर्धिनी महाद्वादशी बोला है हांगकांग के भक्तों के लिए तो ये मुझे बोल रहे हैं तो अभी क्या करना है हाँ अच्छा दोनों दिन and they should do paran on then 4th they will be doing paran 4th morning 4th okay if that is the case ठीक है हाँ 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 ठीक है हाँ हाँ जी माँ ठीक है माँ जी जी माँ जी जी माँ जी जी ठीक ठीक है ठीक जी माँ ठीक ठीक है माँ ठीक ठीक है जी माँ ठीक है माँ धन्यवाद माँ धन्यवाद धन्यवाद हाँ, कल कल परसों जा सकते हैं क्या अच्छा परसों जाएंगे अच्छा ठीक है ठीक ठीक है महाराज ठीक है ठीक परसों ना ठीक है ठीक उधर बस जाते थे ठीक है ठीक ठीक है मैं आईपैड लेके जाऊंगा ज्यादा कुछ लेके नहीं जाऊंगा ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है हाँ हाँ ठीक है हाँ हरे कृष्णा महाराज धन्यवाद धन्यवाद Yeah, so I confirmed with Sripad Maharaj. So Maharaj told that because this is such a situation, so Maharaj is telling that we have to, the Hong Kong devotees will have to take fruit and dry fruit 2 days. So that is good for the system because the fruit has folic acid in it. So folic acid will cleanse their stomach. Most of the diseases they come due to unclean stomach. So it is very, very important that they fast 2 days then in that situation. So third, because they would be honoring the wish of Srila Gurudev and they are following Ekadashi, then also Dwadashi, and then they are also breaking the fast on the 4th in the morning. But as far as where clear-cut instruction is given for us, we'll be doing fast only for 1 day. Yeah. Then I'll be maybe going to Hosur because Maharaj is telling that Tamil Nadu, some college preaching has to take place. So Hosur is also a new temple Sripad Dandi Maharaj opened. I don't know if you were all aware, Hosur, but there actually Sripad Dandi Maharaj installed the deities there. And so Damodar Prabhu was there also, and a very nice temple is there. So we actually got these pictures there actually. Hosur temple. Uh, we had the deity installation. This is the temple. Hope you are able to. Uh, mm. So this is actually the Maharaj installed the deities. He had invited me. So I had gone from Tirupati, and then Maharaj actually installed the deities actually there in Hosur. So Tamil Nadu is a great state. Tomorrow Tamil Nadu is a very great state. It's my good fortune that I'm getting a chance to do some college preaching there. Obviously, they speak Tamil language there, and Tamil language is kind of difficult language to understand. Telugu, I'm getting some hang of it now, but Tamil will be another different ball game. But there'll be a translator available there. So I'm very happy that this is Tamil Nadu, a center has opened by Sripad Dandi Maharaj inspiration. One nice Pujari from Odisha has also gone there now. And now we have a small center, pitching center in Tirupati also. So this is very good. This is very pleasing because Prithviti Acheta Nagaradi Grama Sarvatra Prachara Highway Mora Nama. Every town and village, my name should be preached. So Sripad Dandi Maharaj, his was chakra was installed on the top of the temple. This Sudarshan chakra. And the Sudarshan chakra is very, very beautiful. And there's also big fire sacrifice was conducted. These Tamil devotees, they are very, very really simple-hearted. And also in Kanyakumari, another Prabhuji, our god brother, who donated the land for Ranganath Gaudiya Math, he also opened a temple in Kanyakumari. That is the extreme southern part of India, Kanyakumari. There is also a preaching center there. And now Hosur is close to Bangalore, 2 hours from Bangalore. So here Sripad Dandi Maharaj had performed a fire sacrifice when this temple was opened. So you see that preaching is going on in South India. Mahaprabhu came to South India to meet Raya Ramananda. And Raya Ramananda, Bangalore now is the center, Hosur there is the center, Tirupati there is a preaching center. Also near Kishkinda there is one temple, small temple, not very big, but small temple is there. So South India, we are opening slowly. Now in Kanyakumari, Srila Gurudev Center has a fun. But Bodhen Maharaj also preaches in South India. Some centers he also has. So slowly, Gaudiya Math is spreading. This is very pleasing for Guru Parampara. So I wish you all Happy New Year and invite you, all of you, to come to India. And so thank you so much for hearing this class. Vanchakalpa Vishnu Daivata Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
So I'll
Maharaj.
keep the children.
There's TDD asks again, any day suitable for full fast or which day? So I think TDD them also does Nirjala Kadasi actually, I think. Which is asking which day is suitable for full fast.
So the 2nd January, 3rd January fasting is fruit, follow break. First time is pure bhakti nahi. But what one day full fast? I think it should be 3rd. 3rd should be full fast because that is what is recommended. But if it is too difficult, Maharaj would. I asked once Maharaj. I said Maharaj that actually 3rd would be the full fast for her. But if too difficult for them, they can take fruit on both days. Yeah, it depends on their capacity. Right. Depends on their capacity. Yeah. But I'll check with Maharaja. I'll let you know the cases. But it depends on their capacity because for me, 2 days fast and then one day Nirjal will be quite difficult for me. But I would rather, if I were there, I would take fruit on both days. Uh, I will take fruit on both days because like Srila Gurudev was talking about capacity. Once he was giving class, he was talking about capacity. Then he said, Ban Maharaj. Bhaktivedanta Ban Maharaj is a very, frail devotee, thin devotee. So he said, Ban Maharaj, one and a half chapati, two chapatis will be just fine for him. But there was another Damodar Prabhu. Uh,
Quite
um,
often hit. Oh,
yeah, actually, the Damodar Prabhu, actually, he's very chubby. So he said, 8 or 10 chapatis will be just fine for you. It all depends on your capacity. So this is commenting that Ekadashi quite often headache. Yeah, some people do have headache because what happens on Ekadashi day that toxins are coming out of your system. A lot of toxins are accumulated on 14, 15 days. And Ekadashi is the day on these toxins just start coming out of your system. So that's why some people have headache, nausea, stomach ache. All these symptoms are due to because all the toxins are getting cleared. So Srila Gurudev was also talking about this Ekadashi Nishtha in his class, and he was telling that how much Nishtha we have for Ekadashi. He was asking this question that we are only interested in Anukalpa. How much we sleep, he was asking. 12 hours we sleep. How much bhajan we are doing. And even when we are chanting, whatever rounds we chant, we are doing chit-chatting. So Srila Gurudev was making like these comments. He was in his class. His classes I am getting on Gaudiya Rasamrita, Dhara, that web WhatsApp group, and he always talking about these things. He's telling that how much we have attachment for Ekadashi, how much attachment we have for chanting, how much attachment we have for service to Guru and Vaishnavas. He was asking this question. So it is very, very important that we should try to do as strictly as possible, as much as our body permits. But don't do so strictly that you'll fall sick. You should know your limits. Know your limits. And we should try to. And if you are only pondering that when will the fast end and unable to chant and simply lie down in the bed and become totally sick and not able to chant and remember Krishna, rather than that, I would recommend that you take some fruit. Once I told Shripad Dandi Maharaj that, I'm doing Nirjal, it's very difficult for me. He said, all right, you take some fruit once or even twice. No harm. But do chant, do remember. Seva is very important. You have some seva also. Like Nagar Kirtan you have to do, give class also. And you have to do college preaching. So that seva also you cannot abandon. You cannot just lie in the bed. There are certain things you must do. In temple also you may have some seva. Someone may have pujaari seva. Someone may have cooking seva. Someone may be cutting vegetable seva. Someone may have book distribution seva. So in order that the seva goes on smoothly, someone may have a job also. Not that everyone is house, but someone may have a part-time job, full-time job. Then in that case, they are permitted to take. Some are nursing mothers, some are having babies, breastfeeding, some are sick persons, old persons. For them, some anukalpa is given. But the topmost aim and object is that um, uh, always remember Krishna that day, hear Hari Katha, chant Hari Nam, and eat as little as possible. As little as possible. Not as much as possible, but as little as possible. So try to restrict your intake and sense gratification and give rest to your digestive system. Give rest, because if your digestive system is overburdened by breakfast, lunch, dinner, then you'll fall very sick rapidly. And your intestines will not get, the cells in your intestines will not get time to heal, not time to rebuild. Autophagy process, which is the research in 2016 when the Japanese scientist Dr. Yoshinori Osumi got the Nobel Prize. He showed that autophagy must go on. Recycling of the cell goes on properly by doing Ekadashi. Immunotherapy, immunity will not build. Chemotherapy and radiation therapy to counter cancer, they have many side effects. But immunotherapy, which is inspired by Ekadashi fast, will get rid of the cancer cells in your system, and it is painless, and it will save you from the trauma of cancer. So there are many benefits of fasting. And it is not just spiritual benefits, but also material benefits. In the beginning, people are attracted to material benefits. Then eventually they come to know spiritual benefits also. So it's a very good day actually. I find it. We think that eating gives us energy, but only eating sometimes gives us only sleep. Hmm. If you eat, then you'll fall asleep. It actually gives you less energy. It reduces your energy because it takes more energy to digest the food than the food is giving you energy. But sometimes on the day of Ekadashi, you'll feel very energetic because there is less taxing on your digestive system, and your body has more time to heal itself. So Ekadashi should not be avoided anyways. And also all the sins are also in the grains. So actually for a person, an overweight person like me, a 2 day or 3 day or even 4 day Ekadashi is actually a blessing in disguise. I would be very happy if there is a 2 day Ekadashi comes, because nothing to worry about anything. Just grab some bananas, eat them, and just keep on doing editing work, reading, chanting. Fruit are the easiest food in the world. There's very little time it takes to eat some bananas and just get going. And there is no harm actually. There is nothing as easy as fruit, which God's blessing actually. Fruit and papaya like this, bananas and papayas, those is superfood. There was actually one tennis player by the name Boris Becker. You might have heard about him. Steffi Graf and Boris Becker. They were actually Germans. So they asked Boris Becker that his serve was like 150 kilometers per hour. His serve, the tennis serve. So they asked him, "What is the food you take?" He was vegetarian. So what is the special food, the superfood you take? And he said, "Bananas." I take bananas. The bananas was so that his serve was impenetrable. So this is a superfood, this fruit and all, very less easy to digest. So that's why Krishna has given us this food like Ekadashi, very much papaya and bananas. Take some papaya, bananas and chant Hare Krishna. No need to worry of cooking and all. And all these women actually standing and rolling chapatis in India, they all have varicose veins. Because hours and hours they have to stand up and roll the chapatis. At least one day these Matajis and sisters, they should be given rest. Because they are not machines. So Ekadashi is very beneficial. Hare Krishna. Vanchakal Patra Vaishya Kripal. Krishna Dhanamano. Dandavasa. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Guru